we've chatted in recent months, and you have been extremely frustrated that everything was crashing, and anything that does go over the line, almost the joy has been sucked out the deal. Is that still the case, or have you? The phrase I've used before is I'm constipated. Everything's sitting, nothing's coming out the other end.
I know 100%. I think that's the world we've entered into. I mean, we come from a world where it was kind of pre-2022. Interest rates were nothing. People were doing uncon deals, taking views on different things, and it was kind of anyone could go and do that deal. And you know what? We'll deal with it later. It's fine. I'm comfortable with the price I'm buying it at. I can sit on it, work it to whatever I'm going to make it into. Whether that's kind of an occupier deal, whether it's an investment, whether it's a planning kind of gain deal. It didn't really matter as much. We're now in a world where interest rates are where interest rates are. People can't get cheap lending, so everyone's de-risking everything up front, and there's so many different elements of the deal, which is you have kind of vendors, landlords who think their property is worth what it was worth in 2019 on the back of the last valuation they were doing. You've got then buyers who kind of smell blood, are being offered things at cheaper price, so they don't want to necessarily deploy cash or capital into something where they're overpaying for it. And then in amongst all of that, you've got agents and professionals who are advising where the market's so distorted. And then you've also got your solicitors who's another beast, which is also then advising and kind of covering their backs. So I just feel like within deals, there's so many different angles where everyone's butting heads, where it's so difficult to kind of get everything over the line and find a happy medium for everyone, which is why everything, even when you think you've got an easy deal and this one's going to be easy, can't believe it's wrapped up, and then something kind of rears its head. Yeah. Whereas someone would have taken a view in years gone by, and we are just in that period. Like that's where, as you said before, like that all Trump stuff you turn on the TV, it's been like that it's been something after another since when Brexit hit or whatever that was. Yeah. And it's been something after, Brexit, COVID, then kind of interest rates, trust, and it's kind of, and then even going on all the different wars, Trump, and it's like all different things that affect the market and affect how people want to kind of deploy capital, which just makes it difficult.
Yeah. I always say it's never boring.
Yeah, it's not often fun at the moment, but it's never boring.
Didn't you retract your comment the other day about didn't you say that you're starting to get the thrill back, like, of the deals that are so difficult?
I actually so this deal we're talking about, the deal exchanged, and there was no real feel, and then an issue arose post exchange, and it felt like, okay, there's a bit of a buzz around this, and then you think you get it to a position of completion, and more issues arise. Yeah. But that's part and parcel of the job we do.
Your buzz has turned into pain again.
Yeah, it's problem solving, and it's fighting fires and how you overcome. But there's stress that comes with that. How do you deal with the stress? How do you switch off?
Ooh, I don't really. But that is an element of also why I enjoy what we do, because it is problem solving, and that's the opposite side to that is being an estate agent, where it is just okay, it sells, it doesn't sell, or it works, it doesn't work, and that's it. But it's actually working through it and actually having a little bit more of a puzzle to solve rather than necessarily just being black and white.
Yeah. And we'll get there. We definitely will. But I'll have a moment
pieces together. They're fun, but like sometimes we'll chat in the morning and. Honestly, we'll have 8 to 10 deals. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do about that one? That one's a mess. How are we going to like? And so some of them are a lot harder to put back together than others.
100%, and that's where I think sometimes it's also. That's why I always come back to that advisory point, and it's kind of you're acting on behalf of a client, and that's where, as you said, we use the word over and over again. We're facilitating it for a client, and there's an element of where it might hurt you because. As an agent, you know what, you only get paid when we do the deal. Cool, yeah. So you know what, you got to turn around to the client and say, you know what, this lot of time wasters. Yeah, we need to pull back. We need to kind of review, whether that's reviewing pricing, whether that's reviewing going back and doing due diligence, having a look at the planning, having a look at what the kind of in-house looks like before actually going and just jumping on something.